Talk about your upcoming fight. You got Formiga coming up, but a lot of people wanted to see you fight Benavidez. So, what are your thoughts on that fight?
Well, yeah, obviously I'm fighting November 21st. I have, world-class jiu-jitsu guy, so I think it's a good matchup. I actually want to fight Benavidez too, but I needed some time. I fought 3 times in 7 months, and they wanted me to fight in September, October. I was like, man, you guys, just give me like another month, and they didn't want to fight in November, so looks like I got Formiga, but we'll fight Benavidez in the future. I'm a competitor, man. I love to compete. So if anybody thinks I'm dodging anybody, you guys are crazy.
You were pretty critical of your last performance. Not happy. Ultimately, got the victory. Was it, Chico just being tougher than you expected, or just a tough guy in general? Was it Mexico? Was it just sort of continued learning curve?
I think it was a little bit of everything. I think the altitude. I think me being sick a couple of days prior to competition. I was pale, man. If you guys saw me at weigh-ins, I was just pale because I was sick and cutting weight, and I just didn't want to go through the whole hassle of not making weight again. So I kind of pushed myself. And Chico's a tough competitor. I think he has a possibility of beating Haraguchi his next fight. So, but I'm always a critic, man. I try to perfect my craft as much as I can, and I know if I do, it's like kind of like the Olympics. I became the best in the world in wrestling. I know if I do the same thing in mixed martial arts, that I'll soon be the best in the world at this too.
Would you be happy to fight in Mexico City again, given the altitude and what it did?
If I fight in Mexico City again, I'd be out there for maybe a month and a half. But it's probably not my choice to fight, to be quite honest with you. Mexico, yes, but Mexico City it's a whole new animal.
Where do you put yourself in that progression and that development as a competitor and as a fighter that's constantly evolving and trying to improve? Where do you sort of feel you're at?
As you guys see, I'm a world-class wrestler, and I like to stand. I like to throw my knees. I transition very well, and if I can take you down, I'll take you down if I have to. But I'm still growing as a fighter. It's like I told people, my time in the sport of mixed martial arts, it's clicking, and I think for my competitors, I think it's ticking. So I'm only getting better, and I kind of humble myself, and I have good wrestling coaches for MMA, Captain Eric Alberson out in the back that helps me with the wrestling and whatnot. So I try to humble myself as much as I can. I know if I do that I'll be the best in the world at one point.
Henry, as you know, the flyweight division isn't the deepest, and sometimes they have a tendency to push guys before they are ready. Do you have to keep reminding them that you want to move at your own pace? Are they trying to push you sometimes a little quicker than you'd like?
I think when you have an Olympic caliber athlete, I can see why they try to push me. But at the same time, I was offered to fight a championship fight earlier, but I wanted to get 2 additional fights before I fight, because I want to be ready. And I know if I'm ready, it's going to be really hard for a man that's 125 to beat me, because I know how tough I am, and I know that I've taken my time with the sport of mixed martial arts. I did amateur boxing for 3 years. I competed. I won the copper gloves. I beat the guy that won the golden gloves prior to going back to trying to make an Olympic run. So I've taken my time with this sport, and I'm ultimately here not to have fun, but I'm here to watch Demetrious Johnson and John Dodson and see who gets the best of who, because I know that's who I'm gonna have to compete after this fight.
When were you offered that title fight?
We had talked about it. It was maybe right after the Carriazo fight. It was it was mentioned to us, and so I wanted to take my time, and that's what I said in Mexico City, especially after that performance. I tried my best, but it was at a 60%. I gave you 100, but it was really at a 60%.
And do you think it's possible after this fight in November that they will revisit that discussion? Do you want to revisit that discussion, or would you want one more after that, or at least one more?
No, I mean I would like to. I would like to fight for a championship soon.
Okay.
I think I'm ready at this point. I'll know tonight too. Watching these guys, I know I'm gonna try to get in the cage. I hate being a spectator, but they're I guess they want to hype me up. They flew me out for a reason. So
You gonna jump in there?
Probably not. Mama didn't raise no food. She raised a gentleman. So I don't talk smack. I let my fists, I let my knees, and I let my elbows do the talking.
Purely from a competitive standpoint, knowing that you could be facing one of these 2 guys next, do you have any preference as to who you might like to see, win and challenge yourself against?
It doesn't matter. I think as a world-class wrestler, and me with having these hands and being able to slip punches. If you watch my fights, I slip punches. I rarely get hit. Hands are always up. I slip and I move, and I do what I can. So I think I'm just a bad matchup for any opponent, because I'm a good wrestler and I have good hands.
It might be kind of nice to be the guy who, the first guy to finally take a DJ in the division.
It's just a matter of time. Like I said, I feel like I have more power than both of these guys. I think once they feel my clinch work, and you can ask any opponent that I fought. Once I clinch up with you, you'll feel the difference. I'm not your high school state wrestler. I'm a world-class athlete that's put his body through punishment, and now they get a chance to reap what I've done.
And a few flyweights names that got thrown around, but there was something about you had a glow on your face when you were talking about Benavidez. Is that more of like a personal fight, or was there something about that matchup you wanted? Or
Yeah, no. I wanted Benavidez because let's bring it to Mexico. That was my whole thing. Benavidez, his last name. Maybe he don't speak Spanish, but man, it's like we both come from the same heritage. Let's get that to the fans, And plus, I was renegotiating my contract for like a whole month, so it took a whole thing. So I couldn't say anything, and that was it. But Benavidez he'll get a shot, and I'm excited. I'm a competitor, man. I don't dodge anybody. When I was a high school wrestler, I won the U.S. Open, the toughest tournament in the men's division. I've always competed as much as I can, and I became the youngest in history to ever win a gold medal because I love to compete. So it's no difference.
How do you think the United States is going to do this week at the World Championships?
I think they're going to do well. Especially being in your backyard. You have your fans here. There's something about fighting in front of your people. They should do well.
Can you talk about the royalty that's here from the wrestling world compared to, a lot of people discount the World Championships as not being on the level of the Olympics. Some would argue that it's deeper and, more prestigious.
Yeah, no, the World Championships in wrestling. If you guys want to really see some true athletes, and I know the UFC or Bellator, you better make sure they're recruiting these guys at the World Championships. But you got to see some wrestlers that could be the next, the 1-2 from maybe like half the bracket could be UFC champs. Like, it's ridiculous. You got Cubans, you got Russians, you got Iranians that know how to fight. That if you just show them how to throw a jab and a right hand and a kick and teach them how to defend a triangle and an arm bar, man, a lot of guys would be in trouble because you got the best athletes in the world that are coming in next week. And I'm actually more excited to see that than even watching these two fight.
You said a couple times there that Benavidez will get his chance, and it's only a matter of time. Do you see it as a foregone conclusion that your day with that belt will come?
It's coming. It's coming. And again, man, I'm not a prophet, but it's up to the UFC. But the only thing I can guarantee you guys is that I'll fight anybody that they put in front of me. I'm here to compete. I'm here to get better, and I'm here to somewhat build a legacy. But more important than that, my nickname's the Messenger. And I'm just here to inspire people, man. I'm here to inspire my community, my people, and I just graduated from college, by the way, a few months ago. So, going back after winning the Olympics, still going back to school. So that's the message that I have for them.
Is that part of the reason why you needed the extra time there? Was to finish up everything, and was it healing up also? What was
I honestly I needed a break. And if you guys ever fight 3 times in 7 months, man, come on, man, give me a couple months break. My body's beat up. I got PRP on my neck, and I'm still doing treatments on that. A few things here and there. So, but a lot of people will say, "Hey, man, he's like, dude, relax, man, relax."
One other thing I wanted to ask you is, a lot of fighters would take a title shot as soon as it's given to them. You seem like you're conscious of your progression. How difficult is it for you to say, you know what, I need more time? Because you run the risk of not getting a title shot, something bad judge's decision or something like that happening.
No, like I said, I think part of it is just me being a perfectionist. I want to make sure I'm throwing my overhand correctly. I want to make sure I'm transitioning from my takedowns to punches. A lot of people think I'm actually not finishing shots, but what I'm doing is I'll take a shot and I'll come up with an underhook and I'll kneel him and I'll elbow him. But to the average person, they're thinking he missed a takedown. But for me, maybe I shouldn't say anything. But it's just strategy. That's all it is. So, like I said, I've been here before. Like this stuff right here, you guys talking to me. I've wrestled in Cuba. I've wrestled in Iran. I wrestled in the middle of Times Square, the Olympics, the World Championships. This isn't new to me. And I can look at it doesn't faze me. Like not any of this stuff, it doesn't. My whole thing is to go out in that cage and put on a performance and continue to get better. That's it. So whoever wins out of this match today is gonna, they're in the back burner, but I'll keep them in mind too. So for now, November 21st, hope Formiga's ready.
What's your degree in?
My degree is in action theology.
From?
Grand Canyon University, D1 Division One school.
And basically, you're saying the MMA press ain't nothing like the international press that you've had to deal with. We're all much lower.
No. What I'm saying, no.
Pretty much crapped all over us. We've got many years to go.
No, what I'm saying is because I know a lot of people come out and like, oh, he's not ready for this. I was like, man, I've been here before. And I've been on Oprah. I've been on Jay Leno. I've been on these TV shows. I've had a book prior to all these guys coming out with
You actually
books.
took a step backwards talking to us here.
No. I hope you guys will take that. No. I'm just saying because it's kind of
All right,
intimidating
thanks,
sometimes. No, but thank you guys. Not at all, man. I love you guys, and you guys continue to follow.
Sure.
I'm out. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey to become the best in the world.
Thanks, sir.
And that's it.